we're joined by Mr. Adeni Ifetayo, public affairs analyst, joins us virtually on the program. Mr. Ifetayo, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning. My pleasure to be here once again.
Mr. Ifetayo, it's 9 days to Christmas. I've been counting down. I've infected every other person with it. So we're starting off with the Vanguard newspaper, which leads with something festivity related. And I like that because we need to have that mindset. So this is how the Vanguard newspaper leads this morning. You take a look at it. It says, year-end festivities push inflation to 4-month high. So I want to check the dates just to be sure it's today's date. Yes, December the 16th. But when you look at the figures released by the NBS, you see it's at 14.45%. So maybe we should just try to balance things. Month-on-month food inflation rises to 1.13% in November. Headline inflation climbs to 1.22%. Year-on-year headline inflation continues to decline to 14.45%. Tinubu's reforms helped Nigeria beat 2025 inflation target. That's from the presidency. But the big story is inflation being pushed to 4-month high. And you see food inflation playing a big role in that. Mr. Ifetayo, how are you swallowing all of these data?
Well, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it pushed down, and one just have to strike a balance in between. But just like I think Bukola said, that it's not just about the number. What are the results? How is it affecting the common man? How is it affecting the masses? How about the purchasing power? And I also think that maybe it could have been better, or the numbers still drop low if, let's say, the funds were released for, especially for the 2025 budget. There will be a lot of things that will have snowballed to economy empowerment, whether direct labor or indirect labor, infrastructure development, etc., contractor being get paid and all of that. So they just need to do more, saying that all time in the 4 months, if what they have been doing to keep dragging the number down, they should continue. Also in the area they have improved, let's also give them kudos, whatever it is they are doing. But I think they can do more, especially in the festive period. We see an initiative from Dangote saying that, okay, in the spirit of festivity, to give Nigerian, so that they can be able to move from point A to point B. We are pushing down the number of pump price, and I think it should be applauded. So whatever it is they are doing, whatever intensive they are giving to some critical sector that may make life bearable for ordinary Nigerians, I think they can continue to do it. And lastly, for me, it's the responsibility of government, because it beat my imagination. We are talking about December here, and budget implementation for 2025 is nowhere to be found. And but whatever it is, if the number, whether it's low or it's high, is giving more power, purchasing power to Nigerian people, I will stand by that. I'm in for that, Yola.
Let's head to the New Telegraph newspaper, which focuses on security. And there are some interesting developments here, Mr. Ifetayo. Tinubu were mobilizing all military assets to protect Nigerians, crush security threats. And there are a host of riders here that will inform your talking points, I imagine. Procures mine-resistant vehicles, new armored fleet. Meets with service chiefs behind closed doors. Of course, that came through yesterday. Ex-military chief questions circumstances of general's killing by ISWAP. I believe this is in reference to General Uba that was killed in Borno State while trying to, escape the Boko Haram insurgents in the bushes, in the forest. Bandits raid Kano deputy governor's hometown, attack 7. Attack Ekwa Church in Kogi, kidnap 20. Nigeria seeks international cooperation against terrorism, anti-Semitism. There you have it, Mr. Ifetayo. How are you processing the new measures, to rein in on insecurity by the Tinubu government?
Yeah, let me pick it from the last rider you mentioned, Nigerian City International Corporation, against terrorism. They've been talking, US will support us, France will support us. In what area? What are they getting? What are the hardware? Even if as much they don't want to divulge some of those information. Oh, we've gotten this and it's helping us to do this. And I think the government needs to do enough, especially although I noticed that around the airport, there are some military checkpoints leading to airport. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe because of the threats. And Nigeria needs to be secure. Life and property need to be secure. I don't know what they have done when it comes to the recruitment. They announced the number. How far are they gone? Have they started training those who are being recruited? Have they recruited at all? Or is just to mention the figure or the number that we're going to recruit 20,000? What about the other agency, not just military? What about the police, the civil defense corps, and all of that? So those are the areas that I feel that government needs to do. Where procurement of armor tank, I met a security expert who said that, look, just patrolling alone, in the area, whether church, where you think marketplaces and all of that, that deter about 70% of any crime. That I should go and check and verify. So if they can get more patrol vehicle, but of course, people will definitely man them. Not a situation. There'll be an incident. You call the police. They'll say there's no fuel in our car, in our vehicle, etc., etc. So government need to mobilize not just only military assets to protect Nigeria and cross their security. All other paramilitary armed forces also need to be mobilized to make sure that Nigerians are safe. Because we were talking about the economy the other time. What is the economy without security? I think if they can do that, it's a good way for them to start or to sell themselves to Nigeria for a election 2027.
Okay, so let's get to the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian is leading with the Supreme Court decision verdict. Supreme Court verdict on emergency rule unsettles polity power struggle. So, Mr. Federer, there's an argument of whether or not the Supreme Court actually made a clear pronouncement in terms of a judgment in that sense, whether the president has powers to remove elected officials. So that is a subject to debate. But they, of course, they spoke about it in that particular judgment. What do you make of it?
Sometime anyway, Supreme Court is the highest court in the land. They made their pronouncement. I'm just seeing that this thing will be abused, not just by the sitting president, even the governor. It will get to a point they will say that they can remove an elected chairman, local government, and because for me, what they will have spelled out is what constitutes an emergency rule. You understand? If someone is democratically elected, not appointed, and you just remove such an individual, maybe whether you didn't belong to the same political party or you did not share the same ideology with you, or you have someone who is, disposed to your own idea and it's not in time with the sitting governor or local government chairman, as it were. So sometimes the courts or the judiciary, they help some cases. Sometimes I don't know how they come about some judgment that even they say sometimes common sense does not make a sense. You'll be looking at what is this, or sometimes it's like they set more confusion. But I think they should spell out what constitutes an emergency rule. Even if you want to set aside a democratically elected governor, what are the ways that they can function, not just 100% suspension, as it were. Let me use the word suspended. So those are the things, but it startled me as well. And just like you said, power structure, that means if there's any, I'm not praying they do that, because some of these politicians, they can go extreme just to destabilize, a constituted authority, and they will say, oh, there's, let the president declare an emergency rule and put some people in place. But it's just where we are. They've spoken. Let's see how the thing will unfold in the coming days. And I pray and wish peace in all over Nigeria.
Well, amen to that. Amen. I think that's how this Nigeria also leads. Emergency rule, president has powers to remove elected officials. That's the big story on the front page of this Nigerian newspaper. Supreme Court affirms presidential authority over states. But the big picture shows the book launch. The book written on former late President Muhammadu Buhari says how crooked officials hijacked Buhari's government. Discloses how IGP, DSS got fake orders to make Lawan APC flag bearer in 2023. There are different moving parts in this story, really, a lot of it. And I'm sure this is probably going to be one of the best sellers in Nigeria, even beyond at this time, this particular book. Perhaps I'll give Bukola as a Christmas gift. But which of the moving parts strikes you really? Because there's different things. Everyone talks about what may have been responsible for the president's death, what happened when he was president, even personal family matters, because we saw the former First Lady also there yesterday. But which of them jumped at you? As I said, there are different parts, moving parts here.
It's leading to the flag bearer, because the thing came as a shock to all Nigerians when I think I stand to be corrected. Is it the national chairman of the party then announced Lawa that this is the person that will become the flag bearer? There have been so much power play. Just like you said, it was launched yesterday. I've never seen the book or pick one or two things from it. Of course, when a leader did not take firm on his decision, it's very possible that people who have say Mr. President said or God said, and use that to, project or promote their own ulterior motive. So I'm sure the person who wrote the book will be speaking from his own side. It's just unfortunate that the person they are talking about is no longer alive, maybe to say his own side of the story. And I'm sure those people that are mentioned there, they are also going to come out. And there have been a time, I'm sure Channels TV to have covered when a political stalwart, go to court and they'll say, DSS will say it belongs to us. The correctional center will say it belongs to us, jostling for who take, over an individual after court pronouncement or court appearance and all of that. So I didn't see that being far from the truth, that there will be some power play and all of that. But that's the way it is. Let me also look at it. Let's see all those interagency or security agency, let them also respond. Then we can balance or strike a balance between what Mr. A and Mr. B is saying.
Okay, the coming days, of course, will reveal what's inside the book. I'm obviously getting my own copy as well. But we have to thank you, Mr. Denny Fetayo, for always coming through to analyze some of the big stories. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break now, and when we return, we're starting off with the Supreme Court judgment regarding the emergency rule in Rivers State. What do the judges, what did they say? What does it mean? What is the takeaway? What does the future look like? Stay with us, we'll be right back.